Hello friends. So this is the lecture number 5 of Indian geography that we were discussing. Earlier we had discussed the monsoons. We have finished monsoons, vegetation of India, and after that we finished the soils of India. And today we will do another topic, that is physiography of India. Right. So let us start with the topic of this class, that is physiography of India. And in this physiography we will divide the Indian peninsula, right? We will study the Indian peninsula, that is starting from this is the Gujarat, right? This is the Rajasthan area. This is the Arauli, right? And this is this peninsula. So first of all, we will study this part of the India, peninsular part of India, right? After that, we will study the plains of India, that is the Indus plain, Ganga plain, and Brahmaputra plain. So let us first start with this part of India, right? So the first is the first thing that we will do is the North Central Highlands. Highlands. North Central Highlands, they include the Araulis, Arauli Mountains. They include the East Rajasthan Plain, right, and the Bundelkhand Plateau. Bundelkhand Plateau. So if you see in the map, so let us first. So these are the part of, you will remember these three are part of North Central Highland. Okay, North Central Highland. In the map, if you see, say this is the map of western side of India, right? This is the Arauli Mountains here, Arauli, stretching from Alwar to the or the this thing. This is the Alwar district to the Palanpur in Gujarat. So this is the range of the Araulis, right? And in this you have the here you have the Bundelkhand Plateau, right? And here you have the East Rajasthana Plains, right? So this is the first part of the peninsula, that is the North Central Highland, right? Moving to the second part of peninsula, that is the South Central Uplands. Central Uplands. South Central Uplands constitute the Malwa Plateau and the Vindhyan Highlands. So these are the part of the South Central Uplands, right? Moving to the third part, that is we are dividing the peninsula, right? So we have divided the peninsula first in the North Central Uplands, South Central Upland, now the North Deccan. We will study each in detail, but first of all let us just do just classification, right? Third one is the North Deccan, right? North Deccan constitute the Satpura Mountains and the Maharashtra Plateau. right? So this is the North Deccan. Moving to next part of the peninsula, that is D1. This is the South Deccan. South Deccan constitute the two part. One is the Karnataka Plateau, right? And the second one is the Telangana Plateau, right? So this is the South Deccan. Moving on to the next part, that is the Eastern Uplands. Okay, Eastern Uplands constitute the Chota Nagpur Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau, Garjat Hills. Okay, they are on the flanks of the Chota Nagpur Plateau, particularly North Odisha के अंदर गर्जट हिल्स फॉल करते हैं. North Odisha, right? Chota Nagpur Plateau is in Jharkhand. We will do Chota Nagpur Plateau in little bit detail. थोड़ा डिटेल में करेंगे इसे अभी. उसके बाद जो हमारा है दैट इज बघेलखंड प्लेटू, राइट? बघेलखंड प्लेटू, बघेलखंड प्लेटू ईस्टर्न एमपी के अंदर फॉल करता है, ईस्टर्न मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर. उसके बाद है हमारा छत्तीसगढ़ प्लेन्स, जो कि महानदी बेसिन को ट्रेवर्स करते हैं, महानदी बेसिन को, ठीक है. ईस्टर्न अपलैंड्स का ही पार्ट हम बोलेंगे बस्तर हाईलैंड्स को, दंडाकर्णिया रीजन, बस्तर हाईलैंड्स, राइट? यदि इसका मैप अगर आप देखने की बनाने की कोशिश करोगे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल this is the Chota Nagpur Plateau here. This is Chota Nagpur Plateau. On the south of Chota Nagpur Plateau, you have Garjat Hills, right? This is the region of Bastar, right? Bastar and Chhattisgarh plains. Okay, here you have Baghelkhand Plateau in the eastern MP, right? So this is the region here. This one in Odisha. These plains are called Utkal Plains. Okay, south of Utkal Plains you have Andhra Plains, or they are the Andhra Hill region, and south of Andhra Hills you have the Tamil Hill region. Okay, this is the Tamil Hill regions. In Tamil Hill region you have the Sevroe and Javdi Hills. Okay, in the Andhra Hills are further divided in the three types of hills. These are Nallamalli Hills, Pellikonda, okay, one Nallamalli, Pellikonda, and one more is there, Velikonda, Velikonda Hills, right? So these are the part of the Eastern Ghats. Okay, these all three are collectively part of Eastern Ghats, right? Okay, so now moving on to the next part. So we have done this eastern upland, we have done. Okay, we have made the map of the eastern ghats. Now let us make a map of the western ghats also in a detail. Okay, so these are the western ghats here. Okay, and in between the western ghats and the this coastline, west coast, you have the west coastal plains. These are the west coast plains. Okay, and these west coast plains are divided further. In the northmost part you have the Gujarat plains. These are the Gujarat plains. Okay, these are the Gujarat plains, right? From Daman, here you have Daman. From Daman to Goa, you have the Konkan plains. Okay, from Goa up to Mangalore, you have the Karnataka plains, plains, and from Mangalore to Kanyakumari, this is Kanyakumari, you have the Malabar plains. Right, so this is the division of the west coast plains. So these are collectively called what? West coast plains, right? And the width of these west coast plains stretches somewhere from 40 to up to 70 kilometers, and they are broadest. They are broadest at the Malabar plains. Okay, so if anyone asks which among these three plains is the broadest one, so Malabar is the broadest plain, and the Malabar plain has a number of backwaters, and these backwaters in Kerala they are called as kayals. An example of them is Vembanad Lake, Astamudi Lagoon. Okay, so this is the example of these kayals. On the mouth of Vembanad Lake, Kochi is located. Okay, on the mouth of this Vembanad, Kochi is located, and the Vembanad is the largest lake of India. Largest in the sense that its length is extends up to 75 kilometers. Okay, and this is the shape of something. This, for example, this this is like the Vembanad. This is the sea here, right? Arabian Sea, and the water enters through this mouth, and this is the spit here, which is formed by the marine sediments. Okay, this is spit, right? And this is Vembanad Lake. On the mouth of Vembanad Lake, we have Kochi, right? And on the Goa, you have the in this Konkan plains you have number of spurs, and from these spurs here you have number of spurs, and these spurs are nothing but the extension of the Western Ghats, because here you have Western Ghats. Here you have Western Ghats, and these Western Ghats spurs extends up to the coastal plains, the western coastal plains, and these from these spurs very small streams descend. For example, at the Goa, Saravati, sorry, not Saravati. These are the Netravati and the one more river, which is that Zuari and Mandovi. For example, at Goa is at the confluence of Zuari and Mandovi River. So number of fast streams descend from these Western Ghats and flow in these West Coast plains. Right. Moving to the next thing, we have done East Coast, we have done West Coast. Now do something. Let us do the now. Let us do the Western Ghats particularly. We have done coastal plains. Western Ghats basically they are the block mountains. Western Ghats they are block mountains and formed by rifting of the western flanks. They are formed by rifting and breaking of western flank. Right. For example, this was the shape of plateau, something like that, right? Even in the earlier times, the plateau was in the shape of that means it was the eastern sloping, right? That's why majority of the rivers were flowing in the east direction, but there were rivers flowing in the east direction also. So the radial drainage was there. But in the Pleistocene times, these western flanks it broke up, right? And this western flank got break और इस यहाँ से टूटने के बाद okay इस point से its shape becomes something like that, okay. And this part, the western part of the western flank, it got under the water, Arabian Sea, right? Something like that. And this part became the Western Ghat. This part became the Western Ghat, right? So the flow of river continued in the eastern direction, whether this were Godavari or Krishna, right? And on the western side, small streams kept on flowing, and they made estuarine type of delta, right? So this is how the Western Ghats were formed, right? And the Western Ghats, if you see, they stretch from the go this Gujarat, and they extend up to the Kerala, right? And they are almost continuous ranges up to Nilgiri, right? So these are the Nilgiri mountains here, right? After Nilgiri, you have the Palakkad Pass. This is called Palaghat Pass or Palakkad Pass. After that, you have Astamudi ranges. These are Astamudi ranges. These are also part of Western Ghats, right? Sorry, not Astamudi, Agastyamalai Hills. Agastyamalai Hills. And these Agastyamalai Hills have the highest peak of the Western Ghats, that is the Astamudi, right? After Astamudi, you have Cardamom Hills, right? And between Astamudi and Cardamom, you have Sengota Gap, right? So somewhere here is the Mumbai, right? And here is the Pune, here is the Nasik. This is Nasik, right? This is Pune. Actually, this is wrong. Position of Pune and Nasik. They are on the eastern side of the Western Ghats. So if there is this Nasik, this is Pune, right? The pass which links Mumbai and the Nasik is the Thalghat pass. Okay, the pass which links Pune and Mumbai is the Bhorghat pass. Bhorghat pass, right? So this is the structure of the Western Ghats, and this started from Gujarat up to the Kerala Kanyakumari, right? And these are the different hills, right? Okay, moving on to the next physiographic unit of the peninsula. We are studying peninsula only, right? In peninsula, this part is the Deccan lava plateau, right? This part is the Deccan lava plateau. This is the Deccan lava plateau as it is called. And Deccan lava plateau is divided into three plateaus, right? The northern one is the Maharashtra plateau, right? Then you have the Karnataka plateau, and Telangana plateau. Among these three plateaus of the Deccan lava plateau, the Maharashtra plateau has the thickest basaltic deposition, and because of it, it has the deep black soil. Okay, although this entire region is a black soil region, but the real black soils are in the Maharashtra part of the plateau, right? So this is the about the Deccan lava plateau, and some other features of the Deccan lava plateau are that Deccan lava plateau, for number one, is made of the basaltic rock. Basaltic rocks, right? Number one. Number two, it has rolling topography. Rolling topography. Rolling topography means from western side to eastern side, it has some step-like features, right? Eastern side to the western sides, the plateau has the step-like features. This is the rolling topography. Third feature is that it has the intertrappan sediments. Intertrappan sediment. Okay. And these intertrappan sediments are source of groundwater. For example, this is the cratonic silt. This is the craton. This is craton, the oldest, let us say, the oldest part of the continent, craton. After this craton, you have some sedimentary part, right? And upon this sedimentary part, you have impermeable layer of basalt here. Impermeable layer of basalt, right? And upon this impermeable layer of basalt, you have this again the sediments, the sedimentary basin. Upon these sedimentary basins, you again have the impermeable layer of basalt, right? So these intertrappan sediments, they are the source of aquifer, right? But these aquifers are poor quality aquifers. Poor quality aquifers. In the sense that they are very, not as trusted as the aquifers in the North Plains are, right? So these are the some features of the Deccan Plateau, right? And it is, and again you can also mention some, like it is the eastern sloping one, right? Again rivers like Krishna, Kaveri, they have carved out the rivers have carved out the deep valleys here, right? So these are the features of the Deccan Plateau which you can mention, right? So this was the Deccan Plateau. Okay, what we have studied up till now in the Deccan part. So we have done the Western Ghats, right? The coastal plains, right? Of Western coastal plains. We have done the Eastern coastal plains, right? And the Eastern Ghats, right? The Utkal plains, then Andhra Hills, then we have done the Average Avadit, our part of Tamil Hills, right? Here you have the Nilgiri mountains. Now what is left is the Satpura ranges and the Araulis. So let us do this also, right? See, Arauli Hills, they are the oldest ones. They are oldest hills of earth, right? And they are made up of the Archean mountain. They are also called the Archean mountains, the oldest one. They are part of Archean rock system, right? The rocks, now Archean rocks have been greatly modified and have been metamorphosed. अरावलीज, the और फीचर जो अरावलीज के बारे में मेंशन कर सकते हो, that the Aravallis are parallel to Arabian Sea branch of monsoons, right? And because of this the parallel nature, the western part of Western Rajasthan experiences what? Aridity, right? So this is the Arauli Hills, right? The next part is the Satpura Hills. Satpura Hills. Satpura Hills are, first of all, they are the segregated hills. Segregated. They are not a county segregated hills, right? They are not a continuous branch like Vindhyan Mountains. First of all, Vindhyan Mountains are continuous branch, right? Like this. Narmada Tapi Delta से start करके they stretch up to the Bihar, right? South of Vindhyan, you have the Tapi River, and the south of Tapi River, you have the individual hills, this like this. And here you have the Baghelkhand Plateau, right? And on the south of Baghelkhand Plateau, you have escarpment which are called Michael Hills. Okay, this is Baghelkhand Plateau, right? These are Michael Hills. This is the Rajpipla, as they are called, Pipla Hills. This is Gavalgad, right? This is the Mahadev Hills. Okay, and Dhupgad, if you see the highest, this height of these Satpura ranges, okay, this is like up to from 800 to 900 meter average height, and the highest peak is the Dhupgad. Dhupgad is the highest peak, right? And Dhupgad height is 1350 meters above sea level, right? And this Bagelkhand Plateau is the main region from where many rivers emanate. Son River flows in the northwest direction. Northeast you have the Tapi and the Narmada River, which comes out of this plateau, and in the south direction you have Venkanga and Vardha River. So it is the main source of radial drainage. So it is main source of radial drainage, right? So this is the topography of the Satpura Hills, right? And the south of the Satpura you have Ajanta Hills, right? Ajanta Hills. So this is the Satpura Mountains. Moving on to the next one. What we have left is the, I think, Chota Nagpur Plateau. In the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, first of all, Chota Nagpur Plateau, maximum part is in the Jharkhand. Okay, so Chota Nagpur, it is in most Jharkhand. Now the district of Jharkhand are like Latehar, Daltonganj, you have Rajhara, Lohardaga. So these are the district of the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now Chota Nagpur Plateau has the Dharwad rocks, right? Dharwad rocks. And these rocks, or this region of the Chota Nagpur, witnessed heavy rifting between Carboniferous time and the Jurassic time. So in this period it witnessed heavy rifting, and this rifting led to burning of the forest which were there in this region and formation of the coal of this region. So this region is rich in the coal resources, and these were formed during the Carboniferous to the Mesozoic period, in this period, right? And along with the coal, other resources like iron, aluminium, manganese are also found in this region, right? Now the Chota Nagpur Plateau is divided in the two segments. The north part is called the Hazaribagh Plateau, Hazaribagh Plateau, and the south one is called the Ranchi Plateau. right? And Damodar River separates these two plateaux, right? River Damodar separate these two, right? On the southern side, you have the Gurjat Hills. You have Gurjat Hills. On the eastern flank, you have the Rajmahal Hills here. On the eastern flank, you have Rajmahal Hills, right? So this is the topography shape of the Chota Nagpur Plateau, right? Now moving on to the, so we have almost finished the peninsular peninsular India, peninsular India, right? One thing is also left. Let us complete that also. That is Gujarat. So this is the shape of Gujarat, right? In Gujarat, this region is called the Kathiawad. So this is Kathiawad. Okay, and Kathiawad region is mostly hilly region. It is mostly hilly. Okay, in the central part, it has the Mandav Hills here. And Mandav Hills form the radial drainage, right? This is the Kutch here. This is the Kutch, and this is the Great Run of Kutch. This is the Great Run of Kutch, and here you have the Little Run of Kutch here. This is a Little Run of Kutch. Okay, and this part of Gujarat is called the Gujarat Plains. Okay, and Gujarat Plains are formed basically by Mahi and Sabarmati River, right? So this is the topography of the Gujarat, right? And this Great Run of Kutch and Little Run of Kutch, they were earlier islands. They were earlier islands which were joined, okay, or linked to the mainland by deposition of sediments, right? So they have the sediments of the Tethyan Sea. So you can remember all these facts of the Gujarat also, right? So what we have done, we have finished the peninsula. We have done the western coastal plains. उसके बाद हमने किया the western ghats. Okay, we did the east coast यहाँ पे, right? Then we did the eastern ghats. Okay, we did the Maharashtra plateau. South of Maharashtra plateau you have the Karnataka plateau. On the eastern side you have Telangana plateau. Here you have the Satpura ranges. Okay, here you have Bagelkhand. Okay, this is the Chhattisgarh plains, which we call the Dandakarni or the Bastar region. Okay, here you have the Gujarat one, the Gujarat plains, Run of Kutch and the Kathiawad. Here you have the Arauli proto-continent. Okay, so this is what we have done almost, and here you have the Chota Nagpur plateau that we did, and here you Gujarat Hills, right? Utkal plains here. So we have done almost entirely the peninsula now. उसके बाद पेनिनसुला के बाद जो इंडिया की फिजियोग्राफी में दैट वी लेफ्ट इज नॉर्थ पार्ट ऑफ द इंडियाज फिजियोग्राफी, राइट। तो नॉर्थ पार्ट में हमारे पास दो पार्ट्स में, हम तीन पार्ट्स में बेसिकली पढ़ेंगे नॉर्थ पार्ट को। सबसे पहला इंडस प्लेन्स, ओके, द प्लेन्स विच आर फॉर्म्ड बाय द इंडस रिवर एंड इट्स ट्रिब्यूटरीज, इंडस प्लेन्स। दूसरा पढ़ेंगे गंजेटिक प्लेन्स, गंगा प्लेन्स, गंजेटिक प्लेन्स, right, the plains formed by Ganga and its tributaries. And the last one is the Brahmaputra plains, Putra plains, the plains which are formed by river Brahmaputra. Okay, mainly the Assam plains basically इसके अंदर हम we will do Assam plains in this. Okay, so let us do these three parts in the next class. Okay, so this is the last of this class. Okay, the peninsula we have finished in it, and these topics we will do in the next class, right? So if you like the video, subscribe the channel, and if you do not like the video, even then also subscribe the channel. So thank you.